Ever been in a room where everyone's screaming at a TV, totally losing their minds over a ball crossing a line, and you're just there, wondering what all the fuss is about? If you've ever felt like an alien during the Super Bowl or the World Cup, this video is for you. Today, we're diving into the fascinating psychology of people who just aren't obsessed with sports. And no, it doesn't mean you're broken or weird. In fact, your brain might be wired in a really interesting way. So, why do some people get swept up in sports fanaticism while others remain completely indifferent? It's not as simple as just not liking games. A big part of it comes down to identity and a sense of belonging. For many fans, a sports team is an extension of their personal, local, or national identity. Cheering for the home team is a way to connect with your community, to feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself. When the team wins, we win. This shared experience creates powerful social bonds. If you don't feel that pull, it could be because you find that sense of belonging elsewhere. Maybe your identity is more strongly tied to your creative pursuits, your professional life, your family, or a community built around other hobbies like gaming, books, or music. You still crave connection, you just fulfill it in different ways. Your team might be the cast of your favorite show, your guild in a video game, or your book club. The psychological need is the same. The outlet is just different. Another key factor is the brain's reward system. Watching sports can be a huge roller coaster of emotions. The tension, the suspense, the sudden release of joy when your team scores. This all triggers a rush of dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. It's a natural high. For a sports fan, the unpredictable nature of a game is what makes it so thrilling. They're hooked on the drama, the potential for a last-minute victory or a soul-crushing defeat. But what if you're not wired for that kind of thrill? Some people's brains are less responsive to this specific type of stimulus. You might be more of a delayed gratification person. The quick, unpredictable highs of a sports match might not appeal to you as much as the slow, steady progress of building something, learning a skill, or working towards a long-term goal. Your dopamine hit comes from finishing a project, mastering a difficult piece of music, or seeing a plant you've cared for finally bloom. It's a calmer, more predictable sense of satisfaction. There's also the element of mirror neurons. These are brain cells that fire both when we perform an action and when we watch someone else perform that same action. For someone who has played a sport, watching it can feel incredibly immersive. Their mirror neurons light up, and they can almost physically feel the movements of the athletes. This creates a deep, empathetic connection to the game. If you never played sports or weren't interested in them as a kid, your mirror neurons might not have been trained to respond in the same way. When you watch a game, you see the technical skill, but you don't have that same embodied visceral reaction. It's like watching a ballet without ever having danced. You can appreciate the beauty, but you don't feel the pirouette in your own muscles. Your brain simply doesn't connect to the action on that same deep level. Now let's talk about the competitive drive. Humans are naturally competitive creatures, and sports are a primary outlet for that instinct. It's a safe, structured way to engage in tribal conflict, with clear rules and a definite winner and loser. But what if you're not a highly competitive person? Or you express your competitiveness in other arenas? Many people who aren't into sports are highly collaborative. They might find more joy in working with others towards a common goal rather than trying to defeat an opponent. Think of a software development team building an app, a band writing a song together, or volunteers organizing a community event. The satisfaction comes from synergy and creation, not domination. Or, your competitive drive might be directed inward. You might compete against your past self, always striving to run a faster mile, write a better story, or become a more patient person. The opponent is your own limitations, not another team. Let's also consider the influence of our upbringing. Our environment plays a huge role in shaping our interests. If you grew up in a household where weekends revolved around watching or playing sports, you're more likely to develop an affinity for it. It becomes part of your family's culture and a way to bond with parents or siblings. Conversely, if you grew up in a family that prioritized art, literature, or academic pursuits, your brain was marinating in a different set of values. You learned to find excitement and meaning in intellectual debates, artistic expression, or scientific discovery. Your family's big game might have been a weekly Scrabble night or a trip to a new museum exhibit. It's not that one is better than the other. It's just a different cultural programming. So, not being a sports fan doesn't mean you're missing a sports gene. It often means you have a different way of connecting with others, a unique reward system, a different focus for your competitive energy, and a background that valued other pursuits. Your brain is simply tuned to a different frequency. For example, many people who don't follow sports are deeply passionate about narrative and storytelling. They get their emotional highs and lows from a well-crafted movie, a sprawling fantasy novel, or a complex TV series. The character arcs, the plot twists, the world building, these provide the same kind of emotional investment and escapism that sports offer to others. You might not care about a team's season-long journey to the championship, but you're deeply invested in a character's multi-season quest for redemption. The psychological mechanism of vicarious experience is identical. It is also worth noting that some people are simply more introverted or have a lower need for high-intensity social stimulation. The loud noises, the huge crowds, and the intense outward displays of emotion at a live sporting event can be overwhelming and draining for them. They might prefer quieter, more intimate social settings or solitary activities that allow for deep focus and reflection. The idea of spending a Sunday afternoon in a quiet library or hiking a peaceful trail is their version of a perfect day, not screaming in a stadium. Ultimately, human passion is a diverse and wonderful thing. There's no right or wrong way to find joy, community, and meaning in life. The world is a rich tapestry of different interests, and the fact that not everyone is obsessed with the same thing is what makes it so vibrant. So, the next time you find yourself in a room full of sports fanatics, you don't have to feel left out. You can appreciate their passion for what it is, a powerful human drive for connection and excitement. And you can feel secure in the knowledge that your own passions, whether they're for coding, cooking, stargazing, or anything else, are just as valid and just as powerful. You're not antisocial or passionless. You're just playing a different game. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments what you're passionate about instead of sports. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more dives into the psychology of everyday life. See you next time.